up, everybody? Welcome to your Denver Nuggets AMA here at Mile High Sports. I am Kim Becker. He is Ryan Blackburn, and we are here to answer all of the questions that you have sent in when it comes to Ryan's tweet and, of course, the tweet that we've retweeted on Mile High Sports, because we do this every week and we want to know what kind of questions you guys have. And we have an expert right here with us in Ryan, and he will go ahead and address all of these and give you his best answer. So, Ryan, without further ado, I'm just going to dive into these because we've got some good questions here today.
Absolutely. No, I'm really excited for this. This should be a lot of fun. I love doing this with the folks and with you especially, Kim. So thank you for hosting.
Well, thank you so much, Ryan. Okay, we'll dive on in here. We've got our first question from William Clift. What do you think is the ideal bench unit for the Denver Nuggets?
Yeah, so this is an interesting one. The Nuggets have had a lot of injuries. They've had a lot of guys that have gone in and out of the lineup over the course of these first 20, 21 games or so. And we haven't really seen what the right combination is for this team. I think everybody knows what the starting lineup is going to be. You've got Jamal Murray, KCP, Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic. That one it's pretty set in stone. I think that there are only two guys that I can really say are guaranteed to be in that bench unit. It's Bones Hyland and it's Bruce Brown. And then you think about, okay, who fits well with those players? I'm not sure if we have a full question, a full answer for that yet. So I'm as confused about it as a lot of people. But if I had to put a thumb on it, I would probably say Bones Hyland, Bruce Brown, Christian Brown, Vlatko Čančar, and we'll go with Zeke Naji. That's probably the guy that I would throw in there as well. That leaves out Jeff Green. It leaves out DeAndre Jordan. There's no staggering of the starters in that group. So it's a little bit different. And it's one that I don't think the Nuggets have really gone to that often. But if you're just looking for a pure bench unit, not necessarily something where you're trying to prop it up with starters, that's probably a pretty good one, I would say.
Okay, I love it. See, all this in-depth analysis. This is exactly what we need from you, Ryan. But we'll just keep moving along here. We've got another question from Ben Marsh. If you had to predict the playoff rotation right now, what do you think it would look like?
Yeah, so I was answering some of this on Pickaxe and Roll as well, and I think that this is one where it's a little bit different than an ideal bench unit. You're probably staggering a bunch of starters at this point. Those guys are playing a bunch of minutes. Nikola Jokic isn't just playing 32 minutes a game. He's playing 38 minutes a game. So you don't necessarily have to have an extra player or two in that rotation. I think you've got your 5 starters, and then you're staggering guys like Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, and Aaron Gordon with that second unit. You know that Bones Hyland's going to be out there. You know that Bruce Brown is going to be out there. And I think you probably need 1, maybe 2 more guys, and that's it. That's it. You don't have to go too crazy with it. You know your main players are going to play a bunch of time. I would say that it's probably Jeff Green right now. That's probably the other guy that you would have out there. And so you're playing a lineup that looks like Bones Hyland, Jamal Murray, Bruce Brown, Jeff Green, and either Aaron Gordon or Nikola Jokic or Michael Porter, somebody like that. You're going small, you're switching, you're playing a lot of guys that you feel comfortable with playing. And maybe you add in somebody like a Christian Brown for defense, or maybe it's Zeke Naji for just a little bit more like defensive switchability, things like that. I don't think you're going with DeAndre Jordan in this situation. I don't think you're going with Ish Smith in this situation. I think you're probably playing a little bit smaller. You're probably playing a little bit more switchy. And it's going to get a little bit weird because haven't seen a lot of that so far at the beginning of the season. I think the Nuggets are going to have to try some of those lineups a little bit more so that you can figure out definitely what that lineup is going to be.
Well, they're lucky to have so many elite players and to be able to rotate through here. I mean, you say all these names and we know they're able to put up high performances for this team. So not necessarily a tricky combination there. It's all pretty good, pretty laid out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the great things about Denver is they have a really versatile team. That's one of the things that Calvin Booth, their general manager, has really emphasized when he took over for Tim Connolly. They wanted players that they could play a bunch of minutes at different positions, be switchable, be smart, and just surround Nikola Jokic specifically with good talent and players that you think are capable of doing different things in different situations, whether it's shooting the ball or playing defense or running pick and roll and things like that. There's a lot of different guys that can handle. There's a lot of different guys that can play defense. And I know that it hasn't fully manifested in Denver's defense in the regular season, but I feel pretty confident that they're going to lock in when the playoffs roll around.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll keep rocking through here. We talked about Jeff Green a little bit. What do you expect to change when Jeff Green gets healthy? We've got a couple of options here. You think Vlatko's going to be out, reduced minutes, less DJ? What are you thinking, Ryan?
Yeah, it's a good question because I think Michael Malone, he likes Jeff Green a lot. He likes what he provides. He's a veteran. He's somebody who understands how the game is supposed to go. He's not going to make a bunch of mistakes. You know where he's going to be. And so Michael Malone likes that. He likes having that reliability with that second unit. Although I think guys like Vlatko Čančar, Zeke Naji have proven that they can be a part of that. And you don't necessarily need a Jeff Green out there all the time. So if I had to guess what happens, I would say you're probably going to switch it up a little bit. Jeff Green will be out there sometimes, but I don't know if he's going to be out there every time going forward. I think that you're probably very comfortable going with different players in different situations. Kind of like, so DeAndre Jordan and Zeke Naji, they basically split time right now as that backup center. I could see Vlatko and Jeff Green doing the same thing at backup power forward, where Jeff Green, sometimes it's a night for him where he gets out there and he plays well and he's got a good matchup. And sometimes it's a matchup for Vlatko Čančar, where he has played well over the course of these past couple of weeks and absolutely deserves that time. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But I don't think that Michael Malone will have a set rotation with just Jeff Green out there, or just Ish Smith out there, guys like that. I think he's going to change it up, and that's probably the right call.
Okay, we love it. We love it. We're still rolling through here. We've got a couple questions from Joe Kelly. Shout out to Joe. Thank you so much for sending in multiple. This is good. We get some depth and some layers to Ryan's answers here, of course. And the first one is, does Jamal Murray have a chance at his first All-Star game, do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. And one of the reasons why is with Nikola Jokic kind of soaking up a lot of those points, rebounds, and assists, sometimes with the way that Denver plays, Jamal can just kind of be a scorer one night or a passer, or maybe he gets on the glass at some points, but he doesn't necessarily rack up a bunch of numbers all at once every game. And that's fine. That's the way that the Nuggets like to play. But what it does is it kind of reduces the number of stats that he's going to accumulate in general. And so you have some of these other superstars that might be in different situations where it's their job to rack up numbers. And it's not really Jamal's job. Like he just consistently has an opportunity to he always has an opportunity to pick his spots and choose what he's going to do. And I just don't think that that is going to lead to an All-Star appearance this year. He started out the season a little bit slowly, and though he has ramped it up really well and he looks great right now, I don't think it's going to lead to an All-Star appearance. But it does mean that in future seasons, when he can kind of hit the ground running a little bit more, that he might get it then.
Okay, love it. I mean, hey, he's just coming back, right, from a kind of a crazy couple of years. So good to at least see him back and being able to put up some numbers there. But it's hard when you're just building or you have a team surrounding Nikola Jokic and you've got all these other guys who want it too. But
exactly. And honestly, like that's the way that the Nuggets offense is designed specifically, where Jokic is going to kind of be the center of everything. But sometimes it's a night for Aaron Gordon. Sometimes it's a night for Michael Porter. A lot of times it's a night for Jamal Murray, but because it's not every night, sometimes his numbers are going to be less.
Yeah, you don't have that consistency there. Makes sense. All right, one more from Joe Kelly. Can the Nuggets realistically win a chip, or is Boston unbeatable?
Yeah, so Boston has really taken off to begin this season. They, I think, through 22 games are 18-4 or something like that, and they have really run through this regular season so far. Their offense might even be better than Denver's, which is a crazy thing to say because the Nuggets have one of the best offenses in the league and in league history, which is that's a great sign. But one thing that Boston does that Denver just hasn't been able to, is when they turn it up on defense. I don't think the Nuggets have quite an answer for something like that. So if these two teams were to meet in the finals, this would be a really tough matchup for Denver. Now, Boston isn't guaranteed to go to the finals, and Denver isn't guaranteed to go to the finals either, of course. But I think that the Nuggets have some good chances with the West as open as it is. And I think that Boston, if they run into the Milwaukee Bucks, for example, are they going to have the same answers for Giannis Antetokounmpo? I don't know. I think that that's a good question, and it's very possible that this time around, when Milwaukee has a player like Chris Middleton back, who he didn't play in the last series, where those teams played against each other, then it was a big battle, and ultimately Boston won. I think maybe Milwaukee wins this time around, and then you're facing Denver and Milwaukee in the finals, and I think that's a better matchup for Denver in general. But we're gonna see. I think Denver has a chance. I don't think it's guaranteed or it's even likely that they win the title, but it is a possibility, and that is a stronger position that they've had in a long time.
All right, well, we've got one more from Lone Star Legend. Have the Nuggets reached their full potential with this group, or do you think there is still another level to go for this team?
I think there's still another level. I think what we've seen so far with this Nuggets team is Jamal Murray kind of ramping up, Michael Porter trying to get integrated into what the Nuggets are doing offensively and defensively. And as those guys get more comfortable, as the Nuggets get more comfortable with the rotation that they have, with the group that they have, I think they're going to try harder and harder. They're going to get a little bit more consistent over the course of this season, and they're going to refine what they do. And once you hit February and March and April and May, I think the version of this Nuggets team is going to be way more potent than what we see right now. And that's what good teams do. They're not necessarily the best version of themselves back in November and December, but once you get later in the season, you are a way better team with just, you have the knowledge of what you're supposed to be doing. You've practiced it over the course of many months, and then you can show what you can do at the highest levels of competition. I think the Nuggets are geared up for that. Whether that manifests or not remains to be seen, but I do think that this Nuggets team, there's another level for them to get to. They might make a trade at some point trying to upgrade their roster. We'll see what it looks like, but I do think that this Nuggets team, the best is yet to come.
So exciting to have a Colorado team. I guess I could say this for the Avs too. That's had a couple of really good years. You know, they are a really good team. It's not like the Denver Broncos, who just seem to not be able to get it together. At least the Denver Nuggets, it's like they're doing so well, and you think there's even more to their season. It's a nice feeling. It's nice to be able to talk about this Denver team.
No, I love it. It's been a lot of fun. Covering Nikola Jokic is just, it's a treat. I'm absolutely spoiled for it, and what he does on a night-to-night basis is something Nuggets fans have never seen before. So we're really excited for it. Even if it doesn't manifest in a championship, having Nikola Jokic on the team has just been the best thing.
You know, it's always going to give the Denver Nuggets a chance having Nikola Jokic on this team. So you can never quite rule them out. And we've definitely seen that this season. Ryan, thank you so much to everybody that sent in questions. We really appreciate it. Make sure that you are following Ryan on Twitter and, of course, Mile High Sports on Twitter as well, so that when we send out this tweet asking for questions weekly, you are able to send yours in and hear your answers from Ryan himself. So, Ryan, have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week.
Thank you, Kim. Good to see you.